Hello, where are you? There you are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Vobes Show. It's another exciting show with the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi.
Hello, and me.
And her, whoever she
Almost
might
forgot
be.
I was here, didn't I?
Yeah. The lovely Julia. So, there we are. Hope you can hear us loud and clear. Just testing. 1, 2, 3. We are full of something...
Beans?
Yes. Beans. I was trying to think of a rhyme with 3. We are testing. 1, 2, 3. We are something.
Well, beans is, close enough. There's an E sound in it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're sitting down on stools on tonight's show. Normally I'm standing up, as you know, and this time when we read the comments, we're going to be looking up there into space.
So instead of looking like this,
yes,
we'll be looking like this.
Hello! I can see Anne Osborne has
Makes
arrived.
it so much better.
So much nicer. Also, I can see that Lynn Bussey has arrived. Jonathan Beluzic has arrived.
Paul Suzanne Watts.
Paul and Suzanne Watts have arrived. I don't quite know why we've got into this strange...
Oh, yeah,
when I say...
did it too.
Yeah. Daniel Horton.
Daniel?
Has arrived.
I thought you said Daniel. Is that just my funny ear?
Daniel.
My ear's been
as in
playing
Daniel.
out. Daniel. Is that Danielle?
Danielle. Danielle.
I'm in a funny
No, wait a
mood
minute.
today.
Danielle is a girl's name, isn't
Yeah.
it? Daniel is a
Yeah.
boy's name. Anyway.
I was trying to say it phonetic.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, I was trying to do that. Anyway, just sorting out our comments so that we can talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all well and doing good things. Steve Pulfold is there. He says, just realised my notepad is full of timetables. I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? But working in the train industry, going...
Yeah, you want to get those timed right, don't you?
Get those signals in the right place. Otherwise, you've got to go out there and do this business. It's all a load of rope. Yeah. Robert Crozer. Crozer?
Croser.
Crozer and Crozer. We're ever
Croser
getting...
and Croser. She's saying it right.
Crozer and Crozer meeting up. One day, we will be there. I'll be on one side of Adrian's wall. You'll be on the other side of Hadrian's wall. And we will fight it to the death, dear boy. I hope it's quite a thin wall. Otherwise, we may not reach over the blooming thing. It's quite
You'd
wide.
be on stilts or something.
Yeah, we could do it on stilts. That would be good. Not that we're at war at all, and you're not Scottish and I'm not English, so I don't know where all that came from. But you're up north. Right up north. Up in the north of the land. With a big hand. And a band. Anyway.
In the sand. I'm joining you. Why am I joining in?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night. Monday night is quiz night tonight. I hope you're feeling good. Go and make sure you've got a pen and paper. Or a pencil and paper. Because we're going to have quiz night. Are you good at quiz nights?
Depends.
What do you mean on? What?
It depends on what the quiz is about.
Ah, well, let me tell you. I'll tell you what the quiz is about, ladies and gentlemen. I've racked my shelves for something to do this evening with this wonderful enraptured audience. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you can pull that down, that would be marvellous.
I wondered why it wasn't
Richard
moving.
Suggett's there. Mick Baines is there. Daniel, we've said. Simon Brown is also there. Steve Pilfold, of course. Jane Goddard. Joanne, I beg your pardon, Joanne. Terence Dacombe. Happy New Year to you, Joanne. Very nice to see you. And Glenn, good old Len, you are English. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you are English.
I did.
But yeah.
Didn't I say I was English? Anyway, I've got here the Mensa High IQ Society Family Quiz Book. It says here, in English, as it happens, thousands of mind-testing general knowledge questions for all ages. So, we're going to have a little quiz. I thought it'd be fun. Bit of a quiz.
Is it the same one you used last week, or did you use something else?
No, last week we did What's in the Box.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And then we did True or False.
Oh, yeah.
And tonight it's quiz night. So we're going to have a bit of a quiz. Now, of course, you could look all these things up on the internet. On the internet, you could look them all up. And that would be cheating. So, in order to stop cheating, I've unplugged all your computers from the internet. No, I can't do that because you wouldn't be able to see us, you fool. How does that work? No. So there's no prizes. So really, if you cheat, you know you are cheating. And so therefore, you know that it's not working. So this is only, you know, this is like an honest quiz just for you, for your own knowledge. There's no winners, there's no losers. Everyone is happy as Larry. Apart from Larry, who wished he was called Barry.
Do we even have a Larry?
I don't think we have a Larry.
Anyone?
Barry, Gary, Sari,
Lawrence.
Parry, Fafari. What?
What?
Zari. There's a lot of them out there called ending in ARY. So I just have a slurp of coffee, tea.
Steve Pilfold says, I hope we aren't going to do all of those questions.
No. We're not doing them all. We're just doing one quiz. One quiz out of it. Yeah, no. This is going to last the rest of the year, mate.
Laura Riddle says she's too tired for a quiz.
Oh, come on. Everybody likes a good quiz.
But you're Riddle by name.
Yes, riddle by name, riddle by nature. What are you
Sorry,
riddled?
I bet you've heard that so many times.
What are you riddled with? That's what we want to know. Tiredness, by the sounds of it. So, yeah, everybody likes a good quiz. And if you don't like it, tough, we're doing it. So that's it, you know. Otherwise, it's just Julia and I sitting here looking at this funny camera thing going, well, what should we fill the next 58 seconds with, minutes with?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of work went into pulling this off the bookshelf and coming in here to do the quiz. So get yourself a piece of paper and pen and see what you can do. But before all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we had a nice day out, didn't we, today?
We did, actually.
We met a superstar. Well, we met a super fan. Harold of Cardboard. And if Harold of Cardboard, you happen to be watching, hello! And for those of you who are going, carry on going, because you'll have to check out the YouTube channel in the comments, because the lovely Harold of Cardboard is one of our super fans who loves to comment on the Tube of Views.
Tube of Views.
And if you happen to be watching on the Tube of Views, let me tell you, you're watching a repeat or a delayed thing later on, because this is only live on...
Facebook. Nearly said YouTube. That would have been wrong.
Yes, on Facebook, you see. And she knows.
Apparently.
Yeah. So we had a great day. We did some filming, made another film that will be coming out soon. I gather that people have enjoyed the video that we shoved out earlier today, which was us in the long grass.
Yes.
And when I say us in the long grass, that's not quite how it sounds, or the naughty misinterpretations that people might have about us in the long grass. We took a walk through at Fishbourne.
Yeah, it was thatch grass, basically, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
You're digging us deeper. We walked through...
Where's the JCB keys, please? Someone chuck them, please.
Yeah, I think they're in my pocket permanently.
I need to get a copy of it.
A copy of
the
it?
key.
A key cut. You need a key cut.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's good. John Berger has joined, which is great, and Stuart Douch. Hello, Stuart. Now, Stuart Douch is here. We've got a friend of Stuart Douch.
Yeah.
In the studio.
Should we bring him out now?
I think Stuart Douch should be introduced to Unicorn Douch.
Stunicorn Douch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get it right.
Bring out Stunicorn Douch so he can say hello to his namesake. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Delay.
Wait, we've got to wait because we
I'm
can't
reaching
quite.
for him.
Just wait. Yeah, there we are. We're watching the. We haven't got. There he is.
Yeah. Okay.
Marvellous. Hello, Stunicorn Douch.
No, he's on the wrong hand. Hang on.
Hang on. We're doing a minor change here, ladies and gentlemen.
I am no puppeteer. Let's say that much.
Here we go. Take 2. Stand by. Hello, Stunicorn Douch.
Hello.
How are you,
Not too bad, thank you.
Pardon?
Not too bad, thank you.
Not too good.
I need to practice some of that.
Yeah. Now, Stuart, Stunicorn Douch, what have you been up to recently? Oh, you've been climbing a ladder to the top of the school. Yes. Then what did you do? Oh, you've been wiping the windows. Yes. You've been skating about on the tiles. Yes. And you've been cleaning out the chimneys because it's bloody cold and you want to keep warm. That's right. Well, you've scrubbed up well, haven't you? Yes, you haven't got any coal dust on you whatsoever. Almost to the point that I barely believe that you did any of that stuff.
He said he jumped in the pond afterwards.
Oh, oh, well, in that case, that's all right. Did you? I didn't hear him say that.
No, he told me earlier.
Oh, he told you earlier. Mm-hmm. Yeah, marvellous. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the one and only Stunicorn Douch. Hooray! So anyway, so there we are. That was good, wasn't it? A moment of something.
Craziness.
Yes.
That's done now. Don't worry, everybody.
Don't worry.
You can relax.
Extra big that should read. Says Richard. Yeah.
Throws the extra big JCB key. Thanks, Richard.
We need an extra big JCB with a giant-sized bucket for the show that we do.
Yeah.
From time to time. Okay, so tonight is a quiz night. I'm just giving you enough time to get pen and paper because there are going to be, I think, 20 questions. 20 questions. Now, there's no conferring. And I don't need the answers on the screen because I'm going to tell you the answers at the end. It's like a pub night quiz, you know.
I think I need a buddy.
You need a buddy. But of course, the lovely Julia may be able to answer all the questions in one form or another. And then she may get her own back by asking me questions another day. Like, when are you going to retire? When will you stop this nonsense?
Wait, you mean I don't get to ask any questions today?
No. Oh. Bring your own quiz book if you want to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, have you got... So, first of all, have you got your... I love the semi-unplanned videos. I use term unplanned loosely. This is Steve Pilfold, by the way. He says, where you're discovering stuff you didn't know in advance, like Hamsey and Fishbourne. Oh, there you go. Well, there's a lot of that in our... Sorry, I'm just slightly distracted.
By the sound of the...
You may not be able to pick this up, but in the other room, my son has put some washing in the washing machine. Unfortunately, on top of the washing machine are some crockery. And I'm hearing the crockery travel across the washing machine as the washing machine is on a spin. And any second now, I'm expecting a massive, great crashing sound.
Would you like Unicorn to go and sort it?
Could the unicorn just take the crockery off the washing machine and shove it somewhere? And whilst you're doing that, here is what the lovely... Oh, crikey. What the lovely pert bottom of the lovely Julia has been sitting on. She brought her own cushion today. And it is the Lush, what does it say? Oh, I wish I was a unicorn cushion. Now, if anybody would like to purchase this unicorn, it's only £25 from the Baltic... Oh, she's back. Shush. So, thank you for doing that.
Back, that is.
Don't worry about what you can see on the screen there. I'm just showing them your where your pert bottom was sat, but is now sitting. Anyway, so what was I saying before? Oh, yeah, the washing machine. Before I got to the washing machine, there was something... devastatingly interesting. Oh, Steve Pilfold was reading about the unplanned what's-names, which is good. Stuart Douch says he loves it. Marvellous. I presume he's talking about the Stunicorn.
Stunicorn Douch.
Yes, which is great. Robert Croser says, oh, it's Watch with Mother. Yes, I'm so sorry. I've retarded to my... Retarded? To my childhood. Returned to my childhood. Steve Pilfold says, I spoke to my wife briefly. Well done. That's very good. I think you should do that more often and you'll have a great relationship. Oh, wait, there's more. He says, I have no idea what the heck is going on with the unicorn and stuff.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just smile and nod.
Smile and nod.
It's all going to be fine.
Yeah,
okay?
Hopefully. Let's just move that bit down a bit. Claire Leach, the lovely Claire Leach. How are you, Claire? Have you been crashing your drone recently? Have you caused any more airplanes to divert to Venezuela or other places? Is it Venezuela? No, Venezuela.
It's Venezuela.
Yeah, there's not a
There's
B.
a V.
Not a B. Venezuela. I've just come back from Venezuela. It's very nice. I'm going to Venezuela next week. I couldn't think of a joke. Venezuela.
Too slow. I couldn't think of anything either.
No.
So.
Tom, what's a popular resort? Alicante. Tomacanti.
Grand Sam areas?
Grand Sam?
Areas.
Anyway, Mark Green. Hello, Mark Green. Thank you for coming along. Mick Baines says, answers on the screen then. Yes. Write your answers on a postcard on the back of a £20 note. Send them in. So many people will not get this. The instruction is not up on the answers on the screen. I think we all know what will happen next. Well, it doesn't matter. You can put the answers on the thing. Put the answers on. It's more fun. To be honest, we're filling time. That's all.
You're telling trade secrets now, aren't you?
All we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is getting to 9 o'clock.
Big secrets.
And then we can all go and relax. it would take the strain away. At 1 minute past 9, we can all have that nice gin and tonic, or that little bit of sherry, or in our case, another cup of tea. And go, thank God, that's another of those awful things that we have to do on a Monday night over with. You know, it's just part of that routine that we all now have to. This is the penance that we've all somehow succumbed to. So there we are. Mick Baines, oh, he's done all that. What else have we got? Daniel says 20. That's a lot. No, it's not. It's 20. 20 is not a lot. 20 is 20. Just to let you know that I have slipped the thing off the screen. I can't read it now. Julia's playing with the thing, so I don't know how we are. I have got a new book called Pub Walks on the South Downs. Oh, how brilliant.
I was looking for that one, but I can't even see it.
But Daniel, I believe, is only 15. I don't think you can go to the pubs. Well, you can go to the pubs, I suppose. But can you? Are you? Yes, I think
you can
kids.
go to the pubs.
Yes,
you can't go to the bar or be served.
Yes, it cannot be served,
bar.
but you can be sieved. So that's always nice if you can get through the tiny holes. Let's do the first question, shall we? So I'm going to pick out here. I've picked out a. People are going to be annoyed because there are lots of different. I'll tell you that. Here we go. Or maybe I can get you to choose. I did pick out the category, but maybe the lovely Julia can choose. So here's the categories. Okay, stand by for the categories. We have. I just was hoping that they would be in one place. We have history. History is one category. Potluck is another. Transport is another. Odd one out. More potluck. People. The earth. Synonyms.
Synonyms.
Yes, sounds similar. What did you say?
Synonyms.
Synonyms. I don't like words with Y that sounds like an I, because I always want to put a Y sound.
Synonyme.
Yes, synonyme. Nature is another one. More potluck. Opposites. Classic. Oh, there's loads, isn't there? So has anything, inventions, food and drink, technology.
Well, history would be quite apt, wouldn't it?
History.
Yeah.
People, books. Okay, history. Or inventions, which is the one I was going to do.
Okay, well.
But no, I don't want to. What would you like? History?
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Inventions.
Invention. Films. Are you good on films? No.
I don't know. Let's
She's
just
not,
try something.
She's not very helpful, is she?
No,
not
I'm not.
at all helpful. So
don't ask me questions.
Pick one of them. Not sport. No sport. We're not doing sport. The drone is grounded, says Claire Leach. Okay, we'll go with
Not
inventions.
sport or soaps.
Inventions, ladies and gentlemen, is the theme. I was going to do films, actually, but because I thought that might appeal to more people. But it doesn't matter.
No films,
No,
apparently.
apparently, what? Nobody wants films?
Well, Linda Kane says no films.
No, she said no sport.
And no films.
Oh, is that what she said? Oh, no films. Right. History,
Claire
Claire
Leach
Leach
says
says
history.
So make your mind up. History's difficult. I'm going to go with inventions. We'll see how we go.
Why
with
bother asking?
Well,
Just pick one and go with it then.
geography. No, there we
Goodness.
are. Look, I'm going to do whatever nobody else wants to do. Right, here we go. First of all, first question. Are you ready? Here we go. Nice, easy one to start with. Who invented the telephone? And this is where we get that nice ticking music. I missed my vocationary. I could have been one of those TV music composer people.
Vocationary. That's another one for the Vobes thesaurus.
What have I said?
I can't remember now.
Vocational.
Vocationary.
Vocationary. That could be my vocationary. What's the real
Just vocation, isn't it?
Yeah, vocation. Well, I just wanted to, embellish
Airy.
it a little bit.
You wanted an airy on it.
So, who invented the? We'll come back to the answers shortly because I actually have to go and find the page that's got the answers on, even though I might know some. Oh, it does say answers to the quiz on page 207. If you've got this book, by the way, then you've got a big advantage, haven't you? Because you can cheat. So some of the answers are coming up. You can keep an eye out and see if the answers are coming up on the screen.
Yep.
Okay. Here's the next question then, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just testing out this format. It clearly doesn't work, but we'll persevere till 9 o'clock, come hell or high water. And by golly, the water is getting higher by the moments. And I wish I was. Have you got anything that you can roll up and get us out of this mess? What? Question number 2, ladies and gentlemen. What did John Yogi Baird invent? Any idea? John Yogi Baird. I'm not talking about Yogi Bear, by the way, in Jellystone Park. Yogi Baird. If you know the answer, shove it on the screen and we'll see who did that. Just Google, says Fiona Cooper. Yeah, but that's the whole point of the... Yeah, you can. You can, of course, but you're just cheating. And you're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself. That's the thing. Because you'll know you didn't know it. You had to look it up. That's the whole point. I don't care whether you Google it or not. It's extra work for you. That's an awesome idea, says Daniel. Yeah, right, okay, I've just explained it.
I think Claire Leach just got smacked down for having written her answer on the screen when that's actually what you're asking for, isn't it?
Who smacked her down?
I think lots of people want to just write it down.
Oh, right.
And then...
Yeah, so, and this is what Steve Pilfold had already said is likely to happen, because people didn't hear. So, I don't care. Don't slap anyone down. You can write it on the screen if you want. You either know these things or you don't know them. We can see them going up, and most people can guess whether they're right or wrong. So I don't care. Just shove. The whole thing is the enjoyment of having a go. All right.
It's the partaking.
The bar taker.
Yeah.
Question 3. Oh, here we go. What function did a polygraph have? That's an interesting question because it's put it in the past tense. What function did a polygraph have? Could you do me a favour?
Yes.
Could you nip out back to
turn it off?
Yeah, just turn the dial off. The washing machine now, which is trying to upstage the show, is bleeping to say that the washing is done. We've got this high-pitched bleeping which will not stop until you turn the wretched thing off. Now, I
think it succeeded, didn't it?
Yeah. It certainly did. Thank you very much. This is my new domestic servant here, hired help. She's only here to help in the kitchen, which is not true. If looks could kill, I would still be alive. Question 4. This is amusing, says Steve Pilfold. I'm very pleased that we aim to please in one way or another. So did you get the polygraph bit? Have a guess. Have a stab in the dack. In the dack. Not in the back.
Stab in the dack?
Yeah, not a stab in the back.
Cross between dark and back.
Yes, have a stab in the dark.
Polygraph.
Because poly means 8, doesn't it? Poly, 8. Graph is... So it must be 8. A graph is a collection of dots joined together. So 8 dots, not 8 dates.
Well, I was thinking...
I'm talking rubbish because that's nothing to do with it.
I was thinking either lie detector or...
Oh.
What's the...
Go with your first...
Oh, okay. I'll go with my first.
Thought.
Is it something along the lines of a lie detector?
I think it might be. That's what I think it is. I haven't got the answers in front of me, and I haven't actually looked them up. So actually, I could do these with you. Couldn't see how small my meagre brain is.
I'm not the only one who said that.
Right, okay. So we'll come back to the answers in a second. What was that? Question 3, wasn't it? Question 4, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying this. If you're not, tough. Who was responsible for creating DOS and Windows? And what is the name of the president of the company? DOS and Windows.
Sorry, I was thinking about something else. What was the question?
What was my answer?
My answer, yeah.
Yeah. Who was responsible of creating for DOS and Windows, and what is the name of the president of the company? And of course, the president of the company may well have changed because this is written in. I'll tell you when this was written. So
it's asking for the president, not the creator, isn't it?
First, 1996 it first came out, then it was revised in 2005. So we are about 12 years out of date.
It's been pointed out that oct means 8, by the way, not poly. Poly is multiple or many, isn't it?
Polly put the kettle on. Yes, thanks for that. Yes, thanks.
Polly.
Yes, just shows you, I'm not as clever as everyone thinks. What do you mean nobody thought I was clever?
You're as daft as you look, you mean?
Yeah.
What does it say about me, though? I'm pretty daft looking.
Question 5, moving swiftly on. By what name was the John Gable Entertainer to become better known? John Gable Entertainer. I've never heard of him. No.
Is it Clark Gable?
John
Clark
way. Gable. Oh yeah, entertainer to become. He must have been one of these, like, you know, who's that one who sang whilst playing the piano with the glasses? Famous singer.
Stevie Wonder.
Well, it wasn't him I was thinking of, but the Candle in the Wind was one of his.
Oh, Elton John.
Yes, I mean, in other words, they got a different name. That's what I'm guessing. I have no idea. I don't know the answers to any of these, but if you know, Polly is 5. Oh, Mick Baines, Polly is 5. Did you know that? Yeah,
Nope.
Pent is 5.
Pent is
well, make your mind up. Polly or Pent. Polly Bent. Fent. Polly. Anyway, it was polygraph. Question 6. What was the purpose of Archimedes' screw?
Oh, it's to draw water up.
Yes, I think it was. Well, I think so. It's to draw water from one level to another level.
Yeah.
And
interestingly, that water could be stored up there and then dropped to create energy when needed.
Yeah, could it create enough energy being dropped to pull the water back up again? And then would you have perpetual motion?
In theory, I think, but don't quote me on that.
Because physics tells us you can't have perpetual motion, or at least we haven't discovered that yet. But if you could...
No, but it could help.
But if the force of that coming down was enough for something to pull it back up again, it would go round and round and round. Of course, you couldn't do anything more with it because you've used up all the energy.
Yeah. Anyway.
So it would be a pointless exercise.
So what's the next question?
So the next question is number 7. Who invented the first mechanical calculating machine? Oh, that must have been Frank Cassio.
Well, wouldn't it have been abacus?
Oh, yeah, ABBA.
Abacus.
It was ABBA because they were good at singing. And they talked about money, so... Abacus.
But that is probably not the
money,
answer
money must be funny on my abacus.
Oh.
Ah ha 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 ho 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 he he hum hum. Let's see if there's any answers coming up. Moving water.
Richard Suggett says, yes. Nope, you would lose energy. The form.
Speak.
Sorry, the form of heat.
Out loud.
And sound, that would mean there is less energy to turn the screw. Sorry, I thought I'd made sense of that before I read it. But my brain scrambled it when I was reading it.
Okay,
Sorry.
So no, you would lose energy, the form of heat and sound.
In the form of heat and sound, gotcha.
Oh, that would mean that there's less energy to turn the screw.
Yeah.
What if you put
work, guys.
What if you put it in a vacuum and you couldn't hear it? Would it then...
Anyway...
I'm just saying, itchy back. Charles Babbage. Oh, yes, Charles Babbage. Well done, Andy Dalgleish. Top man. That's true. I thought it was, whatever I said, Frank Cassio. But clearly, that was the first calculator I had was a Casio. I don't know if his first name was Frank, but it could have been, couldn't it? Question 8. What did Alicia Greaves Otis demonstrate in New York in 1853? Alicia, is that Alicia?
Yeah.
Alicia Greaves Otis demonstrate in 1853. Maybe she demonstrated that light was softer than air, that paper was harder than fish. I've never heard of it.
I should know.
Oh, wait a minute. Lifts. Otis. You've heard of lifts?
Oh, yeah.
Lifts. They've got Otis written on them, haven't they? So you go into one of these elevators or lifts, depending if you're an American like John Berger. Maybe she demonstrated that you could have a lift up a flight of steps. That's what. Are we going for that?
Yeah. We'll go for that.
We're going for that. So we're playing against you now. It's our mega break.
It kind of feels like we're all playing against the book.
Well, we are all playing against the book, but, they're not on a lift. Oh, look, there's Linda Kane is going, an elevator. Do you know, if we got that right, I'd be amazed. I just suddenly remembered that the little Otis thing. But her name is Elise. You wouldn't expect it to be a woman, only because... Alicia. Is that a woman's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. must have been, one of the few women scientists to get to that point of being clever.
There's actually quite a few female scientists that are just not very well recognised.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Is that
I'm just saying it as well.
Yeah, no, but she was one of these who wasn't recognised terribly much, but is being recognised, should be recognised. So that would be good.
Sorry for jumping down your throat there.
Glenn Johnson says, I'm officially thick. Join the club, mate. I'm probably more thick than you. Here we go. Question 9. See, look, we've nearly got through them all. Question 9, we're nearly halfway. The Romans invented hypocaust. What did it do? Hypocaust. Well, I think that's to do with water. Hypo.
Hydro is water.
Oh, yes, hydro.
Hypo is usually
people who are
super something. Or...
Oh, yes, that's true. Heat.
Oh.
Was that underground? I'm going to guess that's underground floor heating. Hypocaust. Is that what it is? Because you're right. Hydro is water. And I don't know whether the Romans knew that hydro was water, but they did a lot with water. Aqueducts.
Thank you.
Because ducks live in water, so they would be aqueducts, of course, wouldn't they?
Aqueducts.
Yeah. Underground. Oh, look, Claire Leach. She's taking a leaf out of our book. She's going with underground heat. Yeah, look, Mark Green, they're all copying us now. You noticed? We're going to have to keep our minds quiet because you're just following what we say. George Timperley. Hello, George. That's what I say. What's what you say? Heating. Linda had the answer up before I got ready. Well done. Right. This is are you
quick?
Are you enjoying this?
Quick draw.
This is quite fun, isn't it? Notice the
what
quite.
did the Romans give us? Yeah, quite. They gave us quite a bit.
Quite a lot. So here we go. Right, question number 10. This is a halfway question. We'll have a break at this point for the adverts. You got some adverts? No. We might have to talk.
Oh, I do have
stuff.
Dang. Oh, I do have an advert.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll have a break in a minute. But this is the last question at this stage. Who invented the sandwich? Who invented the sandwich?
It was Duke of Sandwich, wasn't it?
I thought it was... what do they call in the high street? The little shop where they...
Greg's.
Greg's. Must have been old Greg. Greg Wallace. That's his chain of shops, isn't it? Greg's. Because, you go in there and he's bound to be going, yeah, what you need in that sandwich there is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. However he talks, I don't know. I don't watch enough of Greg Wallace or whatever his name. Kiera Ora. What? Kiera Ora? I don't think it was...
Kiera Ora was a little carton juice.
Yeah, that's a carton of juice. That's not a sandwich. I think you got a bit confused. Other than heating... Oh, no, Romans had sanitation. What did the Romans do for us? The Sandman, says Daniel. Well, it could be. The Earl of Sandwich says Claire Leach is a clever brain person, isn't she? Or she's very quick with Google. One of the three.
She is a clever lady.
I never said she wasn't. She's got a drone. Mark Green is saying the Earl of Sandwich. Sue Blount is just going Earl, which could be an American first name.
Earl of Sandwich while playing a game of poker. Did you say that?
Oh, while game... Mr. Suggett's also another brain box. It's annoying, isn't it? All these clever people.
These clever cloggses.
So, we... Oh, wait a minute. There are 50 questions. But we're only doing 20. We're only doing 20. But there are 50.
25 minutes to go.
Oh, we've got still... Are we over halfway?
Yeah.
Fudge cake.
Just about.
It's amazing. The time just goes like that, doesn't it? So, let's go to our commercial break now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and today we have the lavender lip balm from Ella's Beehive.
And what do you do with your lavender lip balm, Mrs. Purplehead?
Put it on your dry winter lips.
Oh, and where do you get it from, Mrs. Purplehead?
You can get it online at ellasbeehive.com.
ellasbeehive.com.
I might need to check that.
I think it's .co.uk.
.co.uk.
But there we are. Get it straight from the bee's bum.
Or just from its hive.
Or from its hive. Don't put your hand straight into the hive. Go to the shop. You won't get stung quite so much.
Just let Eric do that.
Oh, yes. Yes. You missed my little pun there, but never mind.
Oh, yeah. No, I probably chose not to listen to it.
Yeah, that's
true.
To be
fair.
That's true. Are you enjoying the quiz, ladies and gentlemen? He says, waiting for them all to cheer. Yeah! Maybe they haven't cheered anything. Is there any other news that we can fill a couple of minutes with before we get to the next set of questions? Because I just want their brains to simmer down a bit. Is there anything that we need to partake of?
Well, Partake of?
Yeah, no, I meant, to discuss and
Yes,
chew
in
over
fact.
in the cud. Yes.
When you posted the photos from today
Yes.
of meeting...
the Lord of the Flies. Harold of Cardboard.
Thank you. It did sound like we'd bumped into him whilst actually filming. Like, randomly bumped into him.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant.
No. And he wasn't in the film today.
And he wasn't in the film.
But...
And there were facts in there that were true, but it may have misguided you into thinking something else was happening.
Oh, was you supposed to do that?
No.
Okay.
I didn't mean to, but I do realise now that after the event it could have been worded a bit better. But I was, excited to get the picture up.
Yeah, you do rush things.
I rush things, ladies and gentlemen. Everything. I rush into all sorts of rash decisions. And, I live by the sword. I die by old age, hopefully. I don't want to die by anyone sticking a sword in me, but you never know. People do get a bit cross, don't they? From time to time. I've seen your videos. Oh, actually, when we met Harold of Cardboard, which is his name, although not his real name, but that is his handle he uses on YouTube. Very nice bloke who was actually born here, went to the States and has come over with a mixed American and English accent. But very pleasant bloke, lovely, charming chap. But before meeting him, there's always this, we're going to meet somebody off the internet. And it has that strange connotation, isn't it? We're going to meet somebody off the internet, and you don't know. What are they going to be like? Are they going to be nice and friendly, as indeed he was? Or are they going to be that person who's all charming online and saying, oh, yes, I love to meet you. You're lovely. I love all your things. And then the minute he sees you, I hate your bloody guts. Because you don't know, do you? They might be some psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopath. Psychopath. So they might be somebody who's not, mentally all there, so to speak. But he was all there. We
definitely
saw.
Was.
Yeah, he didn't leave any bits of himself in the car.
And a very nice gentleman he was too.
And he was a very nice gentleman. And actually, so nice, he bought us lunch.
He did. Thank you very much.
So if anybody out there, would like to meet us and buy us lunch.
No, you don't have to buy us lunch. It's not a requirement.
It is mandatory. It is mandatory. It is mandatory to purchase us lunch. It wasn't expensive lunch. It was a nice, it was an acceptable. He didn't splash out too much champagne, so we were all right. One bottle of Magnum was okay, followed by Magnums on sticks, and that was our lunch. It was quite nice. Robert Croser says, I will miss the pronunciation on my name, Gur.
I will, with the mispronunciation of my name, Gur.
Oh,
he'll be all nice to you online, and then he'll meet you and go...
Oh, I see.
I think is what he's saying. Is that right, Mr. Croser?
Yes, I think that's what he means. Glenn Johnson says, adverts, Democracy Dead, the new album from Control Randall Records.
Yes, go buy the new Control album.
By Randall
Glenn Johnson is the bass guitarist.
Oh, I can say.
Of the band called Control.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Glenn Johnson, I knew that.
Randall
of course, I know
Records.
I take a much pride in knowing as much about my viewers as possible. And of course, if I had gone back to my little filing system where I write down all these sordid little details and keep them on file, I would have known all that stuff. But because I have a 20-second memory, I can't remember what you just said, or in fact why I'm speaking. So
3-second memory.
Yeah, so there we go. Richard, I'm looking forward to the next walk, says Daniel. Yes, by the way, if you haven't heard, we're going to do another walk at Shoreham Fort on the 27th, I think it is, or 28th or 29th. 27th of January 2019, and I believe we're there for 11:30 kickoff. We're going to walk around the new boathouse loop, which is just freshly opened after being renovated, and it takes in all the lovely boathouses down by the riverside at Shoreham in West Sussex. And we'll start at Shoreham Fort, we'll do this walk, we'll come back, and if you have been clever and picked up a wristband, you will take part in the Shoreham Fort tour for free.
Yay!
Other people have to pay at least £55. So get your wristband on arrival. Say you're with the Bald Explorer. You may have to shave your hair off just to prove that. And then we do the walk.
I was looking forward to going till you said that.
Skull caps will be available. 50 quid each. So that's all good. Kevin Hall says, sorry, did I miss anything? I've just been to my Sky yogurt. Oh, gone to get my Sky yogurt and blueberries. Ski yogurt, is it? I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, something like that.
From the fridge. That's a long way, isn't it? Matthew Holdsworth, this is what my wife said to me when I was meeting a bald bloke off the net. Is he going to be mad or nice? And you said, well, judging by the videos that he makes, he's clearly mad.
Both, I just said.
Yeah, nice to be mad. It is nice. Shame, let us know when you are, says Claire to somebody else.
That's she was asking if Glenn Johnson was doing any gigs in Brighton. And
oh, yeah, Glenn.
Nothing planned at the moment.
When are you doing your next gig, Glenn? Because we ought to come. What sort of music does he do? Is it nice?
It's punky, isn't it?
Is it?
I have listened, I promise.
Is his music relaxing? Would I enjoy it?
I would enjoy it. I'm not entirely convinced you would.
Is it like the Carpenters?
No.
Oh, is it like Andy? What's Andy Williams?
I don't know who that is.
Is it like who's that? Who's that singer that you like? That
I like a few singers.
I know, but that one with the Mary Hopkins.
Oh, Mary. No.
I'm just trying to think of some really, some out there punkish sort of
Glenn,
bands.
how would you describe your music?
Is he like Lulu?
Perfectly, exactly like Lulu.
Oh, well, I think I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, let's go to a gig.
Well, I think we should encourage that all of the Bald Explorer people come along to the gig, and if we don't like the music, we should be at liberty to lob something at you.
Yeah, that's the one. Punk metal.
Probably
lobbing something.
Yeah, £50 notes. We'll fold them up into paper aeroplanes, and if we don't like it, we throw you the money. How about that? I would not encourage anyone to throw anything heavy or nasty or anything like that. Throwing money, I think, is okay, especially if it's paper, and especially if you can get the artistry and getting the aeroplane to float all the way around Glenn's head, because Glenn's got a very nice head with a Mohican haircut.
I'm so sorry, I just zoned out.
And if you could fly it around so it lands straight into his wallet, then I think that would be nice. That would be nice.
George Timpley says AC/DC, so maybe a bit
AC/DC,
yeah,
that's an electric current, isn't it?
It's a band.
Oh, it's a band. They've been banned from my house, I can tell you. Yeah. Nice music, but heavy. There we are, Glenn. Perfect. We like a bit of... Is it like water? Because you can get heavy water, can't you? But you wouldn't drink it. Let's go back to the quiz, shall we?
Anyway.
Let's go back to the quiz. We were on question 10. We've only got a few more to go through, and the time is running swiftly out. So, here is question 11 for you, and do let us know if you're enjoying this. If not, sod off.
Wondered where you were going with that.
Who is thought to be the first person to discover the art of reading silently to oneself rather than reading aloud?
No idea.
That's a very interesting question, of one which I ought to take note of myself. But actually, I like reading out loud. I find
noticed.
that. Thanks. But I like reading out loud because it makes me read the words slower and take in what those words are. But anyway, who is thought to be the first person to discover the art of reading silently to oneself rather than aloud? That would be interesting. Don't look that up. If you don't know, don't look it up, because that is cheating and you're just deceiving yourself. But if Mark McLeod says, I like the unicorn. Yeah, thanks. Everything else he can't stand. I'm glad you tuned in. That's question 11. Question 12. Who invented the phonograph? Who invented the phonograph? Now, is the phonograph the wax cylinder one? Because the phoner, what's the phoner, the one that turned... What? Nip cozy?
Like the one on the box with the...
Yeah, like his master's voice. Yeah, but that's is it the phonograph? I thought the phonograph was with the wax cylinder. Daniel says, I've just got Google up. Yeah, thanks.
Cheater.
He says, reading aloud from the book. Oh, yeah. Me, says Mick Baines. Nobody knows. Some monk, says Mark Green. Yes, probably somebody there was a monk at Canterbury Cathedral probably going, And in the Lord days of yore, a man doth walketh. And somebody else trying to get to sleep went, "Oh, Barry, put a sock in it, mate." I went, "Oh, Barry, right." "Nah, quieter than that, mate." "Nah, I can still hear you mumbling, Barry. For goodness sake, will you shut the F up?" That's it. That's good. Like that. Keep that. Do that every night. It's probably how it came about, isn't it? Can you imagine? The cylinders of wax were before. What before the? Oh, the gramophone. That's what I was thinking. Gramophone. Yeah. No, the Edison. Oh, Mark McLeod. Yes, Mark McLeod. Edison. The phonograph. Yeah, that's very good. Here we go. We're getting to the end. In spite of the sophistication of the ancient Egyptians, what piece of basic technology did they fail to invent? Despite their cleverness, the sophistication of the ancient Egyptians, what piece of basic technology did they fail to invent? Well, they obviously invented fire. That's not technology. Sand. They must have invented a sand timer. What didn't they invent? It must be like doors or windows or something, that they were very clever. I'm reckoning. Clocks. Time. I reckon it was clocks.
Oh.
I reckon they didn't know how to tell the time, like sundial.
Because had they worked out irrigation, or were they just
telephone?
Reliant on Nile?
Yeah, they didn't have the internet back in then, didn't have smartphones back then. They couldn't call themselves the Egyptian equivalent of Samsung. The wheel. The wheel, says Linda Kane. That's a good one. Or maybe they didn't have the wheel. They used logs and things. Yeah, because they kept pulling their things. Well, maybe they
They had carts. They had carriages, which had very basic wooden wheels, didn't they?
The iPhone. Clocks. Well, that's what I was saying. Clocks. Linda said the wheel. And I thought they would have problems with a wheel on sand. Because it probably wouldn't... There's no grip.
They got rocks there as well,
They got rocks. Maybe
rocky ground. It's
rocky
not
ground.
all.
Well, I just thought, with the sand dunes and things. Anyway, we'll get the answers shortly. Question 14. Which people invented the first real paper? Was it the Chinese? Real paper. Not vellum. Not...
Because vellum's calf skin, isn't it?
Yeah, not vellum.
Not papyrus.
Not papyrus, which is something else.
But rather paper pulp, tree pulp.
Yeah, tree pulp. And we should have them arrested because of all the trees they've destroyed. Don't look at this book. This book isn't made of paper. This is a new invention.
Says he, the one burning chunks of wood daily.
Yeah, from a coppiced wood, recyclable. So, who invented the first paper? Anybody coming up? We need to multiple. Yes, I know, because we're all thick, aren't we? But then multiple choice gives you 4 possible answers. This is like if you either know these or you don't. This is why it's Mensa. Mensa. Do you know what Mensa stands for?
No.
Do you know? I think it would say on the book what Mensa actually stood for. Standed
for?
What it actually standed for. Yes, Mensa. I would think it's something to do with mental something. Who knows? Anyway, who cares? Question 15. In which part of the world was the ice skate invented? Now, you do rollerblades.
Yeah, which part of the world was the ice skate invented?
Yeah. Now, I would imagine... I bet it's not somewhere like Greenland and Iceland and all that. I bet it's somewhere in the desert. I bet it's a hot country. It's a trick question, I think. So
I actually genuinely have no idea.
I'm going to say Beirut.
But I would have imagined a Nordic country.
Which part of the world? I think in the equator area.
I think the Nordic area.
The Nordic. Yeah, It could be. The village people. Richard, have we got 10? You've got 10 minutes left. Yeah, all right. Clever clogs. I know Worthing, West Sussex. All right, Daniel. It's always slightly off kilter there. There was calendars at the time used by the sun and seasons, but hours not so much. So, yeah, we think clocks for that question. Nearly coming to the end now. In which country did the longbow originate? In which country? I think France. And I think we nicked it from the French and were so much better.
I don't think they ever had longbows.
You might be right. You might be right.
We invented them.
I mean, I'd like to think it was us.
The English.
Yes, I'd like to think it was us. But I just have at the back of my mind that they were crap at it and we were brilliant at it. But we'll see what the answer... Oh, Switzerland did ice skate. Switzerland, they've all looked it up. Doesn't more snow fall in Australasia?
Australasia.
Where's Australasia?
Australasia. That's the Australian region, isn't it?
Oh, right.
I think.
Okay. In which country... Oh, I've done that one. Here we go. 3 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. 4 questions if you count the last one. What This is 17. What invention This is one for you. What question... Which... Hang on, ladies and gentlemen.
Spit him out.
I'm trying to. What invention revolutionised horse riding?
What invention revolutionised
Stirrups?
horse riding?
The bit?
I'd have said probably the bit or the saddle.
The bit, the saddle. Who bit the saddle?
But then again, revolutionising... I'm screwing my words up now.
Yeah, good. Horse riding.
Bitless riding is the thing to do now.
Bitless. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of bitless riding. I do a bit sometimes. I don't do any, actually.
Bit here, bit there.
Bit there, yeah, bitless.
I do no bits.
You know bits.
I know bits.
Okay, so that's another question. We're rushing through now. I did not look it up. I knew, says Mark. Good for you. What human invention was the first object to travel faster than the speed of sound? What human invention? I think it was Concorde, wasn't it?
I was busy reading.
What human invention was the first object to travel faster than the speed of sound? Wasn't it Concorde? Or it may have been a gun. There you go, ballistic.
For some weird reason, I'm thinking of there's a car called the Bluebird.
Oh, the Bluebird. It may have been.
But I think no, I think that was just a speed.
The horse.
A speed record. No, that was
Stirrups.
the previous question.
Oh yeah, stirrups. Saddle.
The horse revolutionised riding. Horse riding.
So there we are. We don't know. I mean, I know Concorde did do the whip, bullets. Yeah, see, they're all clever stuff. The jet fighter.
No, bullets beat the sound of...
faster than the speed of sound.
Thank you.
Yeah. Question 19, 2 to go. Here we go. In 1656, a Dutch mathematician and astronomer invented something which was to revolutionise timekeeping. What was it? In 1656, a Dutch mathematician and astronomer invented something which was to revolutionise timekeeping. What was it? And I think it's the pocket watch.
I was thinking wristwatch or something.
Or it may be the wrist, yeah, because...
pocket watch, they'd be floating around and donk. Sorry.
Floating around? No, he's not in space.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
He was an astronomer who looked through a telescope. He looked through. It wasn't actually a space.
I know.
In 16...
Either way, his hands were busy and he couldn't
Yeah, his hands were busy. And I don't know whether they managed to miniaturise it or it may have been the wristwatch. That'd be interesting. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get the answers in a second because I know we're running out of time. How are we doing? We've got 5 minutes.
End of whip breaks the speed of sound.
Oh, a whip breaks the speed of sound. A watch spring.
No, actually, because the
pendulum
cracks on itself,
sextant.
Doesn't it?
There's got some good answers out there, but they're probably all wrong. What mechanical device did people, especially scientists, use to help with their mathematics before the invention of the pocket calculator? Was that the abacus?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll read it one more time just for the sake of argument. What mechanical device did people... Mechanical? Well, it is mechanical. Oh, I've lost the page. I mean, I've got to find a page to get the answers. Oh, God. It was... What was it called?
It was
Inventions.
Yeah.
Wait, it's somewhere in the middle of the...
Wasn't it further that way? Nearer the bookmark you've got in there.
Yes.
Which I'm not sure why you didn't move that in there. But
here we go.
There you go.
What mechanical device did people, especially scientists, use to help with their mathematics before the invention of the pocket calculator? Well, a computer, presumably. I mean, before a pocket calculator, people are saying abacus. Lots of those. Sundial, says Mark Green. So that's an interesting... So here we go. What page did I say the answers were? 207. 200... What's that? The Naked Scientist. Oh, yeah, somebody did a podcast called The Naked Scientist and told me about it. Because I do one called The Naked Englishman, as you know. Anyway, 207. I still don't know what that quiz was called. Inventions on page 90. C's inventions. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, of course, it doesn't help if I don't know the questions. I've got to flip from one to the other. So, are you ready for the answers? You ready for the answers?
Bookmark.
Bookmark. Well, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
So, question 1. Who invented the telephone? The answer to that is Alexander Graham Bell. I think we all got that one. What did John Yogi Baird invent? He invented the television. I think we got that. The polygraph was, of course, an early lie detector, and most people knew that. Responsible for DOS and Windows was Microsoft and Bill Gates. Well, we kind of guessed that. By what name was John Gable Entertainer to become better known? The Jukebox. Did anyone know that? I've never heard of that. Never heard of it. Name was the John Gable Entertainer. It was the Jukebox. Oh, I see. It wasn't a person. It was the device. Okay. What was the purpose of Archimedes' screw? It was to raise water. I think that was good. Not children. Who invented the first mechanical calculating machine? It was Charles Babbage. Well done to those who got that. Clever people. What did Elisha Graves Otis demonstrate? She demonstrated the first safe and reasonably fast passenger lift or elevator. So we did get that.
You did,
and
yeah.
I didn't think. I thought I was barking up the wrong tree on that.
Well, you're not.
No. The Romans invented the hypocaust. What did it do? The hypocaust is a form of central heating. A lot of people said heating.
Well done.
Who invented the sandwich? Of course, that was the Earl of Sandwich. Who is,
like I said.
Yes. Who is thought to be the first person to discover the art of reading silently to oneself rather than reading aloud? Curiously, did anyone get this? Alexander the Great.
Oh, right.
Alexander the Great, not a monk somewhere. Here, Barry, shut it, would ya? No, it was Alexander, because he had a library, didn't he? He had a massive library.
Yes.
So he was probably the first one to go, shh. I think people came in and said,
Yeah.
Alex, mate, all these books.
And he's like,
I'm reading. Oh, sorry, mate. Unfortunately, he lost it all, didn't it? Because it was destroyed or plagued or something happened to it. So that was that one. Where did we go? Who invented the phonograph? What was Thomas Edison? That was correct. In spite of the sophistication of the Egyptians, what was the basic thing that they didn't remember? I think Linda Kane got this. The wheel.
Ah.
Yeah, it's all that sand. The wheel. That was clever. I did like that. Which people invented the first paper? 14. Oh, the Chinese. I said the Chinese. I got one. I got one right. In which part of the world was the ice skate invented? Oh,
Most people said Switzerland.
Most people said Switzerland, did they?
Yep.
Scandinavia.
Well, I said Nordic area.
She did say Nordic.
Yeah.
Is that Scandinavia in Nordic?
I believe so.
In Nordic. We believe it is, whether it's right or wrong. Because that's I say Beirut. I think I was. That's
you went ridiculous.
Beirut is Nordic, isn't it? In my thing. Yeah. So, which country did the longbow be invented by? Which country? Wales.
Someone did say.
Did someone say Wales?
No. They just said it begins with W.
Oh, right.
I just didn't spit it out in time.
The invention that revolutionised horse riding was the saddle. I guess, it seemed too obvious. But sitting on a saddle, I guess, made it a bit easier.
Well, it's better for the horse because it spreads the weight of the person and takes it off of the horse's spine.
Oh, yeah. Good for you. We don't want the horse's spine being snapped. Which human invention was the first object to be found faster than the speed of sound? And that was the whip.
Oh, it was the whip.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, because you get whip crackers, don't you?
Pilfold.
And that's what isn't that what you're doing? The whip crack is cracking the speed of sound. Because when you go through faster than sound, you get a whiplash, a crack.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So there we go. We do know something here on our bunch. We're all going to enter into a pub quiz one
Between
of these
us
weeks.
all, we know a thing or two.
In 1656, a Dutch mathematical person and an astronomer invented something which was to revolutionise timekeeping. What was it? And it was the pendulum clock. Somebody did say pendulum. Yeah, the pendulum clock. Well, that revolutionised something. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the last question. What mechanical device did people, especially scientists, use to help before mathematics was born? In the invention of the pocket calculator, it was... Oh, I didn't see this. Everyone said abacus, abacus, abacus. Now, my dad used to swear by these. The slide rule. The slide rule. Why didn't we think of that? My dad, he gave me a slide rule. and you could work out all your mathematical... And kids, you know, grammar school children had a slide rule. Comprehensive children like me, we had nothing. We had
never heard of them.
Times tables we were supposed to memorise, and then we never did. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that? Tell me. Give us marks out of 10 for enjoyment in today. 10 being good, 1 being lousy. Honest opinion.
I didn't keep our score, by the way.
No, well, we did pretty lousily, but doesn't matter. It's all good fun. It doesn't matter. But give us a score out of 10 of what you thought of today's show, whether you want more games like this. I've been doing What's in the Box, and I did True or False. You know, just thinking of formats and things for the Vogue show to make it more fun and inclusive and engaging. So give us a out of 10. Timothy says his score was... Oh, that's your personal score, 5 out of 20. Yeah, I think we were about 3 out of 20.
Yeah. Daniel Horton earlier on suggested and asked if you could do I Spy on Wednesday, but I can't see how that would work.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I did think about
You have to describe something that they could see within...
It's either what you see in the set, and I think... Yeah. No, it's a good... how do we get rid of those emojis?
Well, you want to get rid of them?
Well, they're all lined up.
Oh, it's just because it's hovering there.
Oh, I see.
I'll click there. There you go. 5.
So Stuart Douch thought it was great. 10 out of 10. Robert said only 5. He wasn't quite... You know, everyone's going to have a different opinion. No, not what your personal score is. George says 10, bit lassie. I was today doing complications editing. Thanks. How about Monopoly on Wednesday? What do you think? Monopoly? And what? And if,
I don't think Stunicorn knows how to play it.
What character would you like to be? I'd probably be... I mean, a lot of people are the old boot. I know George Timperley would be the railway train. The locomotive, I beg your pardon. Love the quiz game. More, please, says Wendy Wakely. Not that I got many right. It's the fun, isn't it? It's the fun of it. Julia makes it fun. That's the thing. I just, you put up with me. Stuart Dash, yeah, so it's just interesting what you thought and whether you want more of these sort of interactive games. And also, if you know of these sort of parlour game type things that you would think would work with... what's the word I'm looking for? Interaction, that somebody's hosting it and we can interact. Send me an email, richard@vobes.com, and I'll have a look because, things like What's in the Box are guessing things and that sort of thing. There must be loads of these games. I did have a quick look online. I couldn't find anything. I think Richard Suggett suggested the quiz night, and it just so happened to have a quiz book. So we'll think of some more of those, and... Because I think interaction and a bit of fun, a bit of, end of the day, you just want to sort of relax, don't you, and have a bit of a laugh. By
the way, at the next proper Bold Explorer group meetup, and I don't just mean the walk, I mean the next proper meetup, I've got a game we could play.
What game is that then, lovely Julia?
Do you remember Boxing Day?
Yeah.
When you popped round,
yeah,
I believe it was Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And I had on my unicorn headband.
Yeah. And I called the doctor and they took you away in the white coat.
Anyway, and we had one of those Nerf hoops from the McDonald's Happy Meals.
Oh, yeah. I remember that game.
And you and my husband were taking turns on throwing the hoop over my horn.
So Julia's got the horn.
On the head?
Yes, on her head, like a unicorn. Like this unicorn's horn. And then she had these... hoops, softish hoops, but not too soft. Yeah. And it was like the hoopla thing where you throw the ring, the horseshoe on the hoop thing. And she stood there and we took it in turns until she was black and blue and lying on the floor concussed. And the winner was the one that managed to finally knock her over. And I can't remember whether your husband won or whether I won.
Is that just too stupid for a Bold Explorer meetup?
I think we could just enjoy throwing things at you anyway.
Bring your rotten tomatoes.
So
I deserve it.
We have yet to set a date, ladies and gentlemen. Are we over time? We are over time. We've got to go. Sorry, goodbye.
Bye.
No, we'll set a date for the next show, for the next meetup. But we've got the regular walks now at the end of every month, and we'll put up a schedule for that. But the first one is on the 27th of January. Back on Wednesday to the Vobe show. Looking for another game to play. Send in your suggestions. Don't post them here. Send your suggestions. we'll revolve them around a bit. So we'll have another quiz, but not until perhaps next Monday or some other time. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it? It was a bit of a laugh.
I have, yeah.
Thanks for a little stew unicorn Douche.
Well done.
Stunicorn Douche to come in. And for the lovely Stuart Douche to be there, the mentor.
I'm glad you were able to be here and see him.
So, thank you very much for participating. I pinned my comment on the screen. How do I do it and how do I undo it?
It's Wendy Wakelin's comments pinned to the screen. I'm not sure how that happened. I think it might have been me while I was scrolling and I might have accidentally...
Oh, you can pin a comment. I didn't know you could do that. Can you unpin
Occasionally
a comment?
I see that option coming up.
Oh, right.
Oh, look, unpin comment.
There we go. We've never done that before.
All right.
It's Facebook. Keep chopping and changing what you can do. Keep adding these things. Don't telling you, and you find them by accident, then you can't switch the bloody things off. Anyway, I have pinned a comment now. Oh, so this is blocking other... Oh, does it?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that.
It was my bad. Fixed it, though.
Yeah, she's clever. She's discovered something that Facebook didn't tell us, and she's remedied. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, Wendy hasn't gone now, has she?
Has she gone?
No,
She's
it's just
been...
unpinned the comment.
Just unpinned the comment. Doesn't mean...
Didn't delete it.
No, we didn't kicked her out or anything. Well, was Wendy... Anyway, we've got to go.
Anywho,
End of the show. Quick, I think we'll just leave, don't you?
Ready? Scarper.
Oh, she's gone. Bye. I think we might still be in camera here somewhat.
Do you know what? You might be right.
Wait, we can't see until the feedback comes. Oh yeah, look, there's still part. There's still...
It's your arm.
Are we still on? Are we still... No. How long could we be here on the edge and that people will still watch us?
Are they suckers for punishment or
I think
what?
they are. Listen, we got to 9 o'clock. We've got to go. We've got things to do, people to see, phone calls to make, letters to write, earlobes to pick,
Bend.
noses to suck, teeth to clean, lips to peel off, necks to shave. Bye all, says Claire Leach. She's had enough. I don't blame her.
Shopping to get
do you
on the
know
way
we didn't see Nikki and Mark. Maybe I've upset them with all that. Don't do your lovey. Maybe they were doing lovey-dovey stuff somewhere else. Anyway, sorry about that, Nikki and Mark. I hope it's all okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being there. Thank you for living. Thanks your parents for making you, and bringing you up so that you could then.
Watch the show.
Watch the show. That's it, folks. Thanks so much. It's been good.
Thank you for being here and
I'm going to
watching
the chop house.
the madness. But
yeah, we got to go. Things to do. So
go back to your lives and we'll see you soon.
I'll go and do the button pushing, shall I?
Yeah, you better push the button.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just going to sit. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not that
clever.
You're not that suckers, are you?
No.
That suckers.
Exactly. So ta-ta for now, and we'll see you Wednesday, same time, same place. And thanks for watching.
Love you. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now.